artificial intelligence defined the tech landscape in 2025. There's no doubt about it, and is having one of the biggest breakthroughs this year, with AI shifting from experimental to a commercial kind of reality. What more can you tell us?
Yeah, we definitely are, Sally. And we're in the age of AI, and AI dominated and permeated every aspect of our lives in 2025. We saw generative AI go from mainstream and then models improved to the ability to process everything from text, images, audios, and video. This multimodal capability gave us an ability to build content, create content from scratch. The AI was actually doing it as well. Then we went from generative AI to agentic AI, and it showed enterprises that they could automate work processes and deliver on enterprise value. And this really changed the way enterprises looked at automation and AI. And we moved into humanoid robots that started to look like we were about to get robots in place to be able to do everything from, doing your laundry to managing different tasks, so that aging populations in the Western markets that are facing lower birth rates actually had some hope. And then, of course, there were a lot of cybersecurity breakthroughs in AI as AI attacks were met with AI defense, which created a very interesting marketplace.
And big tech poured billions into infrastructure, chips, power, and data centers. How did those investments reshape the competitive landscape this year?
Well, we actually had a rush for data center dominance, and this really took the market by surprise in terms of the billions that were being spent. In some cases, you're looking at 80 to 100 billion pledged each year to actually keep up with data center creation. And these data centers outstrip commercial real estate as the largest class of investment. There was over 61 billion in deals and investment in 2025. That's Amazon, Google, Microsoft, Meta, and other companies that were dominating the investment. And then you had CoreWeave and Oracle come into the way. And power has become the key battleground here. And China's major players, Alibaba, Tencent, Tencent, DeepSeek, and Zhao, and a whole bunch of others were basically in the same place, investing over 70 billion in data center expansion for 2026.
But, in terms of, a lot of investors questioning AI's return on investment, do we have a bit more of a sense about the sentiment in terms of what AI will be looking at down the road?
There was a lot of FOMO in 2025. Folks were afraid they were going to miss out on one of the biggest things since the internet. And then there's a realization that we have to be in this for the long run. And when you're in it for the long run, you're going to realize there's a lot of investment. A lot of people woke up realizing that this is going to be an Amazon moment. We might have to invest for years without seeing some profits, and they got a little bit scared. But companies with real AI successes showed 10x to 100x gains. These are companies we call AI exponentials, AI natives. These are companies that were able to actually show that they could beat everybody by jumping into the space. Anything from looking from a pharmaceutical company like a Pfizer, to retail like Walmart, to tech companies like Uber and Meta. These are companies that have basically built the winner takes all markets, and they're using AI to take themselves to the next level.
There's been strong AI development in China. How significant was China's growth in embedding AI into real economic sectors?
Well, Constellation estimates that 150 billion in AI industry value was there. AI was embedded in every part, from smart cities to logistics and supply chains to healthcare and pharma to agriculture and robotics, and even a slurry of consumer chatbots in China took off last year.
And heading into 2026, AI agents and autonomous workflows are expected to grow rapidly. Who is leading the race, and what defines leadership in AI, do you think?
Well, a lot of this is really going to be about getting to a full stack. The Google model being go from chip to agents is kind of where every organization is trying to go. You see 125 billion in state funding from DeepSeek to Huawei, Alibaba, Tencent, and Zhihua. They're making their move, and you're seeing a whole bunch of improvements there. Leadership really comes down to a couple of things. Do you have the chips? Who's got faster chips? Who can handle inference, which is why TPUs are going to be just as important as GPUs. Power efficiency, who's using less power, who's generating more power for less. And we're also seeing model adoption, whose models are being used by developers. And of course, do you have the data to power the AI? It's hungry for data. And of course, are you actually driving ROI? Are you able to get exponential efficiency and infinite possibilities by putting AI to use?
In that sense, I imagine global cooperation to be key. How will AI strategies between the US and China influence global tech competition and regulation in 2026?
Oh, see, that's the wild card, Sally. The race is on. This is about mass adoption and investment. We're going to see sovereign AI. There's a battle for Chinese AI versus US AI. That battle is going to continue for quite some time. US has the models, the chips, and the market ecosystems. China has the lead on power efficiency. They've got the data and the open source LLMs. And the real question is who will have the better business model? That's what we're going to see in 2026, a battle for business models and the ability to deliver low cost, easy, accessible AI across the world.
What about products in terms of AI? What should we look out for in 2026?
I think we should spend a lot of time looking to see what is going to make a difference in our daily lives. We're headed off to CES at the beginning of January. You're going to see AI embedded in all your consumer electronics. We're going to see AI transform healthcare and research. We're going to see products that are agents inside the enterprise that are going to change how you do work. That's what we're going to be looking for. And of course, the ability to have our own chatbots and our own personal assistants. That's the promise of what we're seeing in humanoid robots.